It was 2023, April 1st to be exact. I released a video discussing a controversial topic in audio. Could the use of crystals really make a difference when placed on or around your audio devices? Well, back then, I was taking the piss. It was an April Fool's video, but it started something that led to this moment. What I have here today are two products manufactured by Audiophile Rocks, an eccentric company offering various crystal-based tweaks for your audiophile system. Specifically, I have their A22 Obscurum and their Megaris Termino. These could be the most unique audiophile tweaks you'll ever hear about, and one of them has the potential to be the simplest and best audiophile tweak you'll ever make to your system. Before we go any further though, let's talk about the challenges of testing products like these. I often get called out for not blind testing products because of the bias created when we test things and we know what we're testing. And it's true that our brains can trick us by hearing things that are not actually there, or focusing on sounds that are there, but focusing on them differently depending on our expectations. However, blind testing also has its own challenges. The simple fact of knowing that something is being tested can lead our brains into working overtime to try to hear things and therefore actually create auditory hallucinations. And so you'll be pleased to know that I've tested both of these devices, both sighted and blind. And I want to extend a huge thanks to channel Patreon member and friend Andrew for his assistance in doing this testing. And so let's talk now about how each of these devices works and how it's going to influence the sound of your system. Starting off with the A22 Obscurum, a sculpted black object that looks like somebody ate a handful of obsidian gravel and then had a terrible day in the bathroom. Oh, and it'll set you back $464 US. The idea of the A22 Obscurum is that you can sit it on top of any of your audio components and enjoy significant increases in bass, blackness and warmth, as well as slighter increases in detail and liquidity. Personally, I was concerned about placing it on top of some of my devices because of the very rough crust of obsidian crystals on the bottom. So I placed a small microfiber cloth under the Obscurum when I was putting it on most of my devices. But I also tried it without the cloth, and I was pleased to find that having the cloth there or not there made no difference to the performance of the Obscurum. The other tweak, the Megaris Termino, was a little bit more comfortable to use. It's designed to connect to any free RCA socket on your component, and so there's no risk of scratching or damaging anything on your device. It's also cheaper than the A22 Obscurum because the Megaris Termino comes in at just $299 US. It offers significantly greater detail and blackness in the sound, as well as a little more warmth, liquidity, and bass. Now, I've seen some really interesting videos about the influence of an open end on the circuit and the energy running through it. So I was particularly curious to see how effective the Megaris Termino might be. Apparently, it's filled with a combination of various crystals that should improve the audio performance of your device when connected to any open RCA socket, be it input or output. And so I was extremely curious to hear it for myself. Of course, I tried both of these tweaks across multiple devices to ensure that I could describe for you properly what I was hearing and what they could deliver, depending on the sort of device you connected them to, or used them with in the case of the Obscurum. I tried them on the Burson Soloist 3X GT headphone amp and preamp, the Schiit Yggdrasil Plus DAC, the LAIV Harmony DAC, the Geshelli Labs Daisy DAC, and even the Eversolo DMP A8 streamer. And across all of these devices, I heard pretty consistent results. Which is to say, I heard nothing at all. I couldn't even convince myself that I was hearing anything through accidental bias.
I don't know how that can be justified as...
If it made a difference, then...
Yeah.
Even if it made a difference though, $400 Australian is a lot to be paying for
It's like I know
Fossilised turd.
Yeah.
If you know my channel, you'll know that I've tried and enjoyed various different tweaks like USB cables, power cables, analog interconnects, power supplies, and headphone and speaker cables with various degrees of impact. Whether blind or sighted, I could not hear any difference when the A22 Obscurum was placed on top of any component. The same is true when the Megaris Termino was connected or disconnected from any device. In fact, I started to think that this whole Audiophile Rocks brand was an elaborate audiophile parody or hoax. And so I emailed the creator of the Audiophile Rocks to check, and he assures me, and I believe him, that he actually believes in his products. He was also very open and respectful about the fact that I was going to be publishing this review and telling you that I don't think they do anything. And so please hold back with any hate or abuse, there's no place for that. But I also think there's no place for these products in any audiophile system. I think you should definitely spend your money elsewhere. But I don't think this is a case of somebody trying to rip off audiophiles. It appears to me to be someone that genuinely believes in the products they're making and genuinely believes they make a difference, even if maybe they don't actually do anything. And so as always, do your research before buying any product like this. Ask around and watch reviews before you believe the marketing spiel put forward by any company about any product. But hold back on any hate or any abuse, because it doesn't help any of us and it does harm all of us. Now, of course, if you have a system that's all in place and you are looking for a tweak that's going to improve the components you've already got there, then I've got a link up here to the first in a series of videos that I referred to as Tweak Week. And so you can check out this video and the ones that follow it to see what might actually be the most effective tweak you can make. In the meantime, I want to send a huge thanks to channel members, to channel Patreon members, and to those of you that leave super thanks on videos like this one. And until next time, happy listening, happy audio system tweaking, be kind to each other, and I'll see you here again soon on Passion for Sound.